and it didn't do it. Oh no, I'm pressing the wrong button. What's up, guys? It's Alex Fatman The Flipper, and
That's what really
No, I don't really want to work for anyone.
choose Bitcoin and hustle.
To make $200 in a day, that's good money.
Absolutely.
Gotta do it.
what is up, guys? I'm sorry about that. We're still trying to figure things out. Welcome to the Bad Boys of Reselling. I'm Alex Fatman The Flipper, your friendly neighborhood fat man. And we're going to get this show started. As you saw in the title, we're going to talk about selling books on Amazon, but also we're going to get to know a fellow reseller, a hard worker, a hustler through and through, our guest. His name is William, and I'm going to let him introduce himself, but I'm going to go ahead and let Oscar introduce himself first, and then pass it on to Jordan, and then we'll go to our guest.
What's up, everybody? Oscar Cubanaso, Bad Boy of Reselling. I'm a reseller. I sell on Amazon. I sell a little bit on Mercari, mostly eBay lately. And I'm excited to welcome our guests as well. Thank you for coming on with us. And just thank you, everybody that's in the chat joining us every Saturday night. And on to Jordan. What's up, Jordan?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Jordan, my flipping life, or the sneaker pimp. Yeah, I'm super excited to have our guest on tonight and be alongside the Bad Boys of Reselling. Off to you.
William, go ahead and
Yeah.
introduce yourself.
So I'm the Money Badger. You guys probably most likely know me from TikTok, but I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube as well. Basically, I'm a father of 5. My wife and I, we sell books on Amazon, FBA only. Here lately, though, a lot of people have been trying to talk us into doing eBay and merchant fulfilled, so we'll see what happens.
That's what's up. That's what's up, yo. We're excited to have you on, man. You've been scheduled for months now. And finally, finally, we got you, man. I'm excited, man, because I remember you started right around the same time as me, if not a little bit after, maybe before. But you just stuck to the books. You took their advice. You were like, if they're talking about books, I'm gonna do books, and I'm gonna go hard with it. And you did, and you're doing pretty good on Amazon from what I see, from what I hear, man.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't even have a YouTube if it wasn't for you. You talked me into just putting that content out there a little harder because I was just barely doing some Instagram stuff, and then you were like, man, you got to get that YouTube up. So I started doing that.
Yo,
Finally, at
that's
100, so I can finally go live.
That's what's up. So that reminds me, for you guys in the chat, if you're not subscribed to the Money Badger, I believe I put your link in the description. If I didn't, James Aaron Smith, I know he probably already got it. Let me see.
Yeah, he's already
Got
plugged
it.
every single one of his links.
Look, Will, if you don't know who James Aaron Smith is, get to know him. He's a great moderator, man. He's super fast. I don't know how he does it. Thank you, James Aaron Smith, for what you're doing and what you continue to do. I'm gonna give a shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Paul Guerra in the house. We got James Aaron Smith. We got Heather, the reseller. Heather, I'm creeping up on that competition. I'm creeping up on you. Marie Perlette, what is up? Jennifer Hayes, what's going on? Betty Webb, how you doing? Who else? Brian Oates, all the way from Haiti, almost in Miami any day now. How you doing, brother? Who else we got? We got a bunch of people in the house, and if I miss anybody, I'll give you guys shout outs throughout the show. We got Flippin' Adventures in the house too. And if you guys got any questions, especially when it comes to Amazon selling books and things like that, or any questions whatsoever, you can go ahead and ask them in the chat. Try to get our attention. It's hard for us sometimes as creators and doing lives to really pay attention to the chat, especially when we have a guest and we're interacting. So try to get our attention somehow by writing question and big question marks or something, and we'll definitely say what's up to you guys. But so William, you I just found out right now you stay just a few hours from me, man. You're in Tennessee.
Yeah, man, I'm like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 hours from where you are. We went to Gatlinburg, or like the area for Gatlinburg, maybe 2 weeks ago for like a little break. We went to like the wilderness of the Smokies with the kids. You've probably been there. If you haven't, you should check it out.
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I passed by it all the time. I remember when that place was getting built not too long ago, a few years ago. But that's what's up, man. We gotta link up and do some sourcing and talk, bro. That would be super cool.
Yeah, that's what up. Yeah, absolutely.
So what actually got you like? Because a lot of people are afraid. First of all, a lot of people are afraid to start on Amazon because you hear a lot of horror stories. The other thing is um, the books. A lot of people I've heard a lot of comments about books saying, "Oh no, books! You can't do books anymore. Books, there's no money in books, and this and that." But you're a prime example of how that isn't true. And I think with books and anything on Amazon, if you put the work in, because you can make money selling books, but no one ever said it was easy. So what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, man, books is not sexy. It's not gonna, it's not gonna bring anybody in. You're not gonna like. It's not like stacking Nike boxes. So if you're into being a sadist and dragging yourself through a Gaylord box of books like covered in rat shit and piss, you know, it's there, but the money's there, bro. Like we're doing steady 10,000 a month in sales. I'm trying to get to like 20,000 a month here in the next couple of months. I want to finish at like 250K this year, but I've got a lot of work to put in. But yeah, you're right. It's not sexy, but you can still do it. And you're absolutely right. People are afraid to get on Amazon, but I'll tell you right now, like if you're afraid to get on Amazon, get on books. Books is like high reward, low risk because you're going to buy your books at 50 cents to $1, sometimes $3. Like a $3 book is really expensive for me. Like you could buy textbooks even more than that, but where else can you buy a book for 50 cents or $1, sell it for $2, $3, $500? That's it's like a 50,000% return. Where else can you find that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't be afraid to. I mean, Amazon's got rules, but eBay's got rules. And if you're doing eBay, you can do Amazon because you can just send the books in, and Amazon holds them. Amazon picks, packs, and ships them. And handles all the customer crap. And all you got to do is collect the check. Make sure your inventory's good. Make sure you're sending good books. But the rest is just like training wheels. It's the best gateway. It's like a gateway drug to selling on Amazon. That's the best way I can put it.
That's how I got addicted on Amazon. It was with books.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I was about to mention
Do with books, yeah. And the better you do with books, the faster you are. Hold on. Everybody in Tennessee's got a big truck. But the better you do with books, the faster Amazon will ungate you and allow you to sell those other products. Oscar, you could probably attest to that.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I started sharing like automatic on gates and then other gates with people, and then they got the automatic on gates, right? But then I started to see which are the ones that they weren't ungated on, but it's because I had built up, sales and my metrics just off of books in the beginning.
Yeah, like I'm not ungated for Lego or Nike or anything like that yet, but like I get automatic ungated for like a lot of like health and beauty stuff, and like if I wanted to, I could sell, another thing that's not sexy. I can sell like, what is it, yeast infection medicine. It's like you get them on clearance at like Walmart for like $2. We found like 40 or 50 of them for $1.50. I just haven't sold them yet. But like you can sell those for $5-10 a pop on Amazon. I mean, that's good return. You got to sell books first. It's the easiest way in my opinion.
Yeah, I think books is definitely the best way to start. When I was brand new, that's the main thing I was focusing on, and then I did retail arbitrage, and I really wanted to sell a lot of retail arbitrage things, and I kind of lost focus on going to the thrift stores, and then I started trying to do eBay, and then I started trying to do Mercari, and then Poshmark, and I just found myself in like, why didn't I just stick to Amazon? You know what I'm saying? And that's something I would recommend to anybody that is just starting out as a reseller. Pick one and focus on it. Work on it hard for a few months. Figure it out. See if you can find a steady flow for it. And once you got a hang of it to a certain degree, then you want to dabble in something else, and you can find a way to schedule it and routine and do it. But I mean, this is where if you got a niche, whether it's toys, whether it's clothes, Jordan with the shoes, man. I mean, ridiculous, man. It's amazing what he's doing with the shoes. Which, by the way, we got next week. We got RNZY or no?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got RNZY next week on the Bad Boys of Reselling with on Jordan's channel. So make sure you subscribe to My Flippin' Life if you're not already, and go check it out because it's gonna be a fire show. And I believe there's talks of a giveaway in that show, and that's gonna be pretty cool. So, but yeah, you stick to a niche, man, and focus in on it. You hone in on it, and you're gonna come out doing good as long as you put in the work. So what is your routine like? You know what I'm saying? Like what do you do on a
Me?
daily? Yeah.
Yeah, so like when I'm a source for books, like basically I just go into, I have like 3 or 4 Goodwills that I go into, but there's sometimes I just go to like a Goodwill outlet. And when you go to a Goodwill outlet, you got to have a whole different mindset, you know? So you go in there ready to be competitive because people will elbow you out of the way and stuff. But before you do that, I would recommend you go to a bunch of Goodwills, scan thousands of books. You know, scan good 4 or 5,000 books. You scan 5,000 books, you got that experience under your belt. You start to know what books to look for. Books start to jump out on the shelf. Oscar, you can probably attest to this. Like you start looking at, you could pluck one off the shelf sometimes and be like, yeah, that's a good book. Or like you pick the book up, and it's hard to explain, but like there's a texture on the cover that you can feel, and you're like, yeah, this is a good book. And then you scan it, and damn sure right, it's like 20, 30 bucks. But you got to scan the books. The more you scan, the more you're going to understand the market. You know, you're going to start to see, you know, the good to greats thousands of times. You're going to get to see the Dale Carnegie books all the time, or the Dave Ramsey books. You're going to know like which ones aren't profitable, which ones are profitable. Once you understand that, then you have a better understanding of like where to look and what to look for. But you go to like like a Goodwill outlet, dude. I can spend probably 5 hours at a Goodwill outlet, come out with 150 to 200 books, and spend like $40, and turn that into like 8,000 in sales, 5,000 in sales.
That's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But it's definitely true though about once you start, you know, and it goes for everything and not just books. Is you once you learn the market, it becomes so easy. As a matter of fact, we were talking with Jordan today, and Jordan was saying, it's like all of the bad buys from last year that we've all had, right? When we've changed all of our sourcing because of everything that we've learned about our markets just in the past year, right? The same thing. Books is the same thing. Like look before, and I learned from Alex. Alex was the one who taught me, about books and then which are the ones, to look for. One thing I learned is that specialty books are very, very good seller. As a matter of fact, look at this. I have a stack of books here.
This is where he pulls a book out.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, because I had to show this. It's like, look, this is a textbook, right? But it's a specialty book. I was like, all right, I'm looking at this. I see it. Okay. It's probably something that's interesting, right? This is somebody that a very specific person is going to look for. $450. So FBA.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to show the UPC. But this one too, right? We're not going to get political at all whatsoever. We don't do politics around here. But Donald Trump books, they sell. And a couple other.
You don't have to get political. Like just because we don't or may not like, certain people, there's armies of people out there that support Donald Trump, and
right.
Those people buy those books. Absolutely.
And look, another one here. This is like an aviation manual. This one was easily over. This one was $115. This is going in next week. 50 cents.
Yo, I don't want to switch the subject, but I almost forgot, man. So right now there's another reselling show happening, and it's being hosted by Kevin and a few other resellers that are actually old school YouTubers or more veteran YouTubers, and they're coming back. They came back to do a show tonight. He didn't know that our show was on at the same time, so he already started the show at that time. But we're actually going to be hopefully doing some collaborating later on in the future. They've been around for a long time. He was around before Craigslist Hunter was anybody, and Craigslist Hunter was putting comments in his chat. So the guy knows his stuff, and he's cool people, and they're having a show right now. So I just want to give him a shout out. If you guys could go check out their show afterwards, it's called the Thrifting Lounge. That's his channel. Go check him out. He's a really cool content creator coming back. Finally, going to be doing some YouTube again. And there was something else I was going to say, and I forgot, but um, we'll remember later. Remember later. So yeah, man. I mean, you gotta love it, bro. You gotta love. That's what attracted me to books. See, we talk about books ain't sexy, and that's true. A book in itself, it's a book. It's not a stilettos or a rock you find on the side of the road that sells for $500. It's it's a book. But the thing that's sexy about books is that is the money they bring, bro. The money they bring, and I find that very very sexy.
Here's my favorite thing about books. Like books are regarded as garbage. So there's so many books that I've gotten that I've been able to monetize for free off Facebook. Like I will come to your house, I'll clean these books out for you, I'll do a free pickup declutter service, and then boom, I've got like 100 books or 200 books, and I turn that into money. Like people will give you this stuff because they don't think it's worth anything, and that's where like resellers like us really come in because, you know, believe it or not, guys, like I know you guys can see this, but like other people might be watching, maybe they don't see it. This is a skill. This translates into the next like downturn of the economy. Like these are skills you can translate, for 20, 30, 40 years. It never changes. We can see the value in stuff that's just not there.
True, man. Facts. That's facts, man. And I get fired up talking about books. I don't know why. I think it's because that's what I first started doing when I started with Amazon, and I will be amazed every time I find something worth money. Um, if only I had a beard, Denny says. Yo, everybody on this show only is allowed if they got a beard. Hold on, it wasn't this one. It was this one. There you go.
Beard's
Only allowed.
looking like a pirate.
You're only allowed with a beard. And we're gonna have Robin because she said, "Oh, that's what I was gonna see." I told you I remember. If y'all didn't see us, me and Oscar were on Robin's channel a couple hours ago. Definitely go check that out later on too. If you didn't get to see that, that was a lot of fun. And she's gonna be on the show too, but she has to grow a beard first. That's what we told her. She has to grow a beard first. Yo, what's up, Carol? What's up, Johnny? We got some people jumping into the chat. Remember, look, if you guys are just tuning in, we got William, the Money Badger, right now with us. This guy is he's doing so awesome that even Reezy Resells is shouting him out every time he sees him, man. I caught that the other day. Reezy gave you a shout out, man. That was fire, bro. That was fire.
Yeah, that's so much motivation when he does that, man.
Yeah, man. He's one of the people I first. As a matter of fact, I think his video was the first video that caught me. Like I was thrown. That video was one of him and his daughter at Marshalls or Ross or something like that.
Yeah, Reezy Resells and Gary Vee are the ones that really got me into reselling to begin with. I was just scrambling around trying to find some extra dollars. Gary Vee got me motivated. He had Reezy on his podcast, and the rest is history. Reezy taught me like the ins and outs of how to book. Like, go to check his channel out. Don't check my channel out. Check his out. Check my channel out anyway. But I mean,
check
them all out. Check them all out. Check everybody's channel out.
Check them all out. Check it out. Man, and Reezy's doing amazing, man. He hit 100,000 subscribers not too long ago. And he's awesome, man. He's somebody that just tells you straight up how it is, bro. And that's what we appreciate as human horses.
Here's the thing too. Like, you see all these gurus on the internet that are always like, "Oh, I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you how to make $1 million, but you got to buy my course for $3,000."
Yeah.
Like, Reezy doesn't do that. It's free. So I try to put all my shit out for free. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to charge people $3,000 for a course, and then at the end of which you're like still kind of confused on how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? What I think about that, I think it's still business and it's still entrepreneurship and it's content and it's a product at the end of the day. So I can't knock the hustle, right? But at the same time, you can get the stuff for free. It just in reality, I mean, I can't say because I haven't done a course or nothing like that, but for the most part, if if you're gonna pay somebody, they're gonna teach you, right? Where if you don't pay somebody, you're still gonna get free information. It's just gonna be a little bit harder to learn it because you're learning it on your own. But we are stepping into that age of self knowledge or self education. You know what I'm saying? Because colleges are closing their doors, man, left and right. Those businesses are closing, and
Yeah, yeah. You ain't lying, man. I'm 6 classes from a master's, and my college went out of business. Like,
wow, dude,
what? I got, a,
wow,
got a letter in the mail. It was like, yeah, so we're out of business. I was like, what? Do I get my money?
wow, bro.
How does that
Talk
work?
about that right there. Talk about that, bro.
So I have a 4-year degree in finance. I went to University of South Florida, and there was real dark times, man. Real dark times. I ended up jumping 2 or 3 jobs, and ended up like installing security systems. And I was like, this has got to be something better. So went back to school and was going to something called Argosy University. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen them, but like the part of Argosy University I went to school with, like, they went out of business, and I was like literally 6 classes away from getting my master's in finance. And I don't know if the credits transfer. I don't know anything other than the fact that now I've got like an extra like 40,000 in student loan debt. So I'm up to like 105 in student loan debt. So I tell my kids, don't go to college, because in my opinion, and this is, just my opinion, but you go to college, unless you're going to Harvard or Yale or Columbia and you can network and rub elbows with some of the top 1%, that piece of paper don't really mean shit. It's the skills you bring to the field that really going to make or break you. So I'd rather teach them how to do books because it's the training wheels of how to resell. And you can take that skill over the next 20 years and build your own empire, without the networking. So that's my mindset. But
Absolutely, I agree with you 1,000% on that. I mean, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn a couple things in school. Maybe in college you're gonna learn some things. But I'm in college. I'm still continuing my education, but I haven't learned anything that I didn't already know, right? And a lot of it I've learned from experience working, experience in reselling. It's like, I mean, as a reseller, you even learn how to file your own taxes. You learn how to start up your own business. Those are things that people pay $400, $500 for one class to learn, right? Those are people that get, a 4-year degree, a bachelor's or an MBA, and pay, thousands of dollars to learn, right?
absolutely.
But then, as you said, the training wheels, right? Starting with books, starting reselling. You can then, everything that you learn along that way, you can apply it, to your own businesses, and it's, and the sky's the limit from that moment. It's true. It's exactly how you said it was perfect. From there, you build your own empire.
Yeah,
Love it.
because then you're at your own mercy. You can't be fired. What are you gonna do? Fire yourself? No, you're gonna be like, dude, get off your ass, do more. If you work at somewhere like I work right now, I work at Verizon, right? So they don't want you to go over a certain number of hours. They want you to sell certain things. They tell you how much you're going to make by what you can sell. Like, dude, at Amazon, I make 2-3 times what I make for, selling a phone as I do selling a book. But like, I've got to outpace enough, hourly work and sales at Verizon to cover the cost of benefits and all that before I can do it full time, So, why waste your time at a 9 to 5? That's all you're doing is wasting your time.
I'm at a 9 to 5 right now, and the reason that I'm into reselling, and I've been almost reselling, is going to be a year now in March, is because I'm trying to take out that 9 to 5 from the equation, right? I want my time back. Same thing with Jordan right here. We want our time back because, I mean, if we're making, thousands of dollars a month in sales on, well, it's not really part-time because I work full-time and then I resell full-time because you spend the same amount of time reselling that you would do, at a full-time 9 to 5 job, right?
Absolutely.
But if I'm making thousands of dollars with the amount of time that I'm putting into reselling after my 9 to 5, imagine if I had the whole day to resell.
That's exactly the conversation my wife and I had today. Like, I'm working 40 to 45 hours a week at Verizon. And then I work probably another 50 hours a week at my other, like at reselling books. So I'm working 90 to 100 hours a week. Imagine if I had all 100 hours towards reselling. My inventory would be at 5,000-6,000 books. Be doing 2,000, sales a day. The sky's the limit. It really is. Amazon's a black hole, and that's just the starting point. I mean, you got Mercari, you got eBay, you got Nextdoor, you got Facebook Live, you got YouTube Live. There's all kinds of opportunity. We're just the beginning. This is the beginning, guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And you know what? With the whole college thing, man, yeah, there's certain things that you would have to go to college for, right? You want to be a doctor? Guess what? The hospital requires that you go to a college or university and get yourself a degree so that they can hire you. You want to be something else? There's things that you need a college degree for, man. But the fact is that if you want to own your time, um, as to the most that you can, reselling is amazing, man, because it's at the end of the day, it's a business that you can run for yourself, and worst case scenario, let's say you want to be a doctor, very least learn what it is that eBay is or Amazon or Mercari, learn something like that, because what if you don't become a doctor, bro? You know what I'm saying? And then
Exactly. What if you don't make it to medical school? What if you have a 4-year degree in biology and you don't get accepted to medical school or law school? What are you going to do with all that? How's it going to translate? You got to have a skill, right? So
yeah,
if you have a skill, then you could do something completely different. But one thing my wife and I have always talked about too is like every single thing we've ever done and every single person we've come in contact with has been for a reason. And I'm not a very religious person, but I think the universe works in funny ways, man. Like it puts you in contact with the people you need to be in contact with, and you learn the experiences you need to learn at that particular moment. Because I can look back, and I can look back all the skills and all the jobs I've ever worked. They've all taught me one little tiny piece of what I use every single day reselling books. Every single day.
yeah, man. Now I want to address this question because it's been a while. But Drew from Profit Monsters asked, so what are the first 5 steps to start selling literally from downloading the Amazon Seller app? Well, I guess what would you suggest? Like, what are the top 5 things you should have in line, or the first 5 steps you would take right after
First,
downloading the app?
absolutely. First 5 steps: download the seller app from Amazon. Download Scout IQ. Scout IQ, or any kind of sourcing app, but I use Scout IQ. I like it. It tells you not only what the book is ranked, but it tells you how many days that book has sold in the last 6 months. And that doesn't mean like it's sold, like if it's got it's called e-score, right? So if it says e-score is like 150, that doesn't mean it's sold 150 times. That means there's 150 times or 150 days rather that book has sales. That could be 50 sales each of those days. So it could be selling a shitload. But with those 2 pieces of information and then the cost of the book, you now can make a buying decision. It takes all the guesswork out. So download the seller app, download Scout IQ, make sure your account on Amazon is set up. You don't have to do the pro account. But after those 2 things, get a scanner, get a Bluetooth scanner. You can go to get the eYo-Yo 3. It's $40. It's on Amazon, ironically enough. It's just like a keyboard on your phone, but it shoots a laser instead of a keyboard, and it puts the information into Scout IQ, spits out the information to you. You have that information. After that, buy boxes and tape and get a listing software. Do not be afraid to invest in your business off the top, because for that $400 or $500 you're going to invest, or like $300 you're going to invest. Let's see, 40 for the scanner, 34 a month for Excel list, which you have a 2-week trial. It's 14 a month for Scout IQ unless you do database. You can use a regular printer. If you've got a laptop already, that's perfect. If not, they're like $100 at Walmart. And then books. Inventory is so cheap. $20 could get you $600. And if you don't have to do it all at once, get the scanner, get the app, and get Scout IQ. Those 3 things cost you $14 plus $40. So for $50, you get started. And then after you sell your first 5 or 6 books, use the capital from that to shoestring your budget for the next step, and so on and so forth. That's how I did it. Check out my Instagram. I documented every single month's sales, and I didn't buy a scanner for 4 months. I didn't buy listing software for 7 months, and I'm still doing fine. Just put every single penny back into the business, and you'll be fine. That's all you got to do.
That's exactly what I'm doing, but on eBay right now. Like I've been telling these guys, I've been taking every dime I'm making and just flipping it and buying better inventory, more stuff. But right now my main focus is like rare one-off shoe. Like you're buying them from one marketplace, flipping them for 5-10 times the money that you bought it for. and I'm just taking that money and just reinvesting, growing inventory. I'm still thrifting on the side of that too, and building inventory that way. But yeah, I agree. I'm definitely investing 100%.
So, how are you doing shoes? Are you on StockX or are you on Goat? What are you doing?
eBay and Macari.
Really?
eBay, Poshmark, and Macari.
So when you say like one-off shoes, like I found, it was like a pair of, it wasn't Jordans, but it was like a Nike of some kind, but it was like really weird colors. Are those the kinds of like one-offs you're going for, or do you know what to look for?
He's a sneaker pimp. I'm telling you, man.
I'm literally just like tripping over some shit. Like it's been pretty crazy the last few weeks, and I've been stumbling on stuff. Like I'll look them up, and like the listing, I've showed them multiple shoes that just say like Nike shoes or something, and then I'll be like, all right, whatever, and I'll shoot them some lowball offer. As I'm in between doing all that, I'm looking it up on eBay before I make the offer, and I have like nothing to go off of. It just says Nike shoe. They don't give you good pictures where you can see the inside tag to run the numbers, and I'm just looking it up on eBay, and I'll show them like that's a $200 shoe, and then I'll send them like a $30, $40 offer, and they accept it. The part that sucks is then waiting on them to ship it, get it here, you got to get it clean, check it out. That part sucks, but I mean the ROI has been incredible here recently.
So the one thing, like, so for instance, like Reezy put something on Twitter that said the reason he stopped selling shoes is because the margin was too thin, and he almost lost his ass. Like he almost lost like $100,000. Do you find that the profit margin is lower on shoes, or is it like the one-off shoes that you're really profitable on? Like how it's like if I wanted to branch off and do books, and then do like sneakers on the side for like a savings account, how would I do that? Like what should I look for?
I mean, you definitely want to look for your higher end shoes, like your foam posits or Yeezys, or the really sought after higher name shoes. Like I wouldn't go after. Reezy also buys brand new shoes too. Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't go after like your, I don't know, what's the low ass brand, like Reeboks and some, just your lower end, lower scaled shoes, because there really isn't a lot, especially if you're selling used shoes. The margins really aren't there. But yeah, flipping shoes from like Marshalls and stuff, you can catch some really good deals. Like I see dudes buying shoes from Ross for like 49 cents. I'm like, I don't have a Ross here, but I'm like, holy shit, 49 cents. That's insane.
I wonder if that's like Dollar General, where like they do right before like the new refresh. I wonder if that's what they do with shoes. Like that's a lucky score. How about grabbing a bag? Secure that bag, 49 cents, turn that into $50. That's almost book margins.
Right. And like 49 cents, like you literally can't go wrong. I mean, if you sell for a couple bucks, what'd you lose? Nothing. Some time listing it.
And Drew makes a good point. He said eBay doesn't charge fees for shoes over $100 now. So if you sell a shoe over $100, that 10% goes in your pocket. That's an extra $10 technically in your pocket. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Dude, I told you that the other night, bro.
I have limited attention span sometimes. Sorry. I didn't know that.
I told you that the other night. I was like, dude, all these shoes that you're selling for 150, 200, 100, you're making that extra money on the back end. I mean, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
I wish eBay would like take away the sales off of anything over $100.
Yeah, that's what's awesome about reselling, man. There's money out there, bro. There's money out there, and there's a million ways to get it. A million things that you can sell. New resellers on Amazon. At least when I started out, I'll follow a lot of people. I'll read a lot of comments and a lot of chats and posts and stuff like that. And people are always talking about, oh, I'm ungated, and ultimately they end up quitting because they're ungated in everything, is what they say. And the truth is, you're not ungated in everything. You're just ungated in the things that you're looking for. If you're doing it because you want to make money, then stop judging the item that you're looking for to sell. Sell it, find it, sell it. It's money. Look at it as a dollar bill, scan it. If it's good, sell it. That's it. You know.
And then move on to the next one. You can't just just sit here. It's like, all right, I'm gonna sell this immediately. Once you have something listed and you know what it is that your product that you're gonna sell, move on to the next one because you don't want to get stuck because you're out of product and then you're out to go out and looking for more product.
And another one thing I want to mention, the money badger here is going for 250,000 this year, right? When you reach that goal, because you're gonna reach it. When you reach that goal, your profit margins are gonna be huge in comparison to somebody that's doing retail arbitrage or even online arbitrage. In some cases, online arbitrage it costs even more to invest in to get some sort of return. So I mean, books are sexy. What are you talking about? Plus, you tell somebody, "Hey, man, I just read this book." They're looking at you like, "Man, I wish I was you. I never read a book in my life." That's sexy.
So from that aspect, it's sexy. But when you talk about some people like stockbrokers, that's sexy. When you're doing multi-million-dollar deals and you're selling like pieces of a company that's like a multi-billion-dollar company, that's sexy. But when I talk about like books aren't sexy, I'm talking like every single person, every single person I've told I sell books online, they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, bro, even my wife, when I said, "Hey, we're gonna sell used books on the internet," she's like, "You're out of your fucking mind. No one's gonna sell used books on the internet. No one's buying books. They're buying ebooks." And then like
They got
we sold our first textbook for $150, and she's like, "Oh, okay, we'll try this."
yeah, that's what Barnes and Nobles is for, right? Yeah, go buy that book at Barnes and Nobles for $20. Somebody's buying it for 25 on Amazon. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to mention that I mentioned it already. Faith by the Forkful. Welcome, Faith by the Forkful. They mentioned earlier that you have that Facebook group, which I was a part of when you first started it, and I'm horrible in Facebook groups. You go on Facebook groups I'm part of, and I post once in a month, which is horrible. And I don't go on Facebook posts like that, but I know it's an awesome group because when you started it out, I know you're a man with a mission, and I've checked it out once in a while, and you do put in good information, man. So definitely plug that, man. Talk about it.
All right, man. So like the Facebook group is called the Hive Mind, and it's rightly named because there's like 130 members now, so it's not a lot. But every single person in there has found me either on TikTok or Instagram, and like, dude, I'm getting messages about how I've changed people's lives. Like, they're sharing like what their best sales are. They're sharing like where to find books, where to find gaylords, what successes they've had, what doesn't work, what does work. People. Okay, so for example, like I mentioned, getting books for free on Amazon or on Facebook. One guy like made like a flyer that he uses locally in his Facebook groups, like in Facebook Marketplace, and other members have used that to get free books in their local Facebook Marketplace. And it's a great place to like, I don't know, get support. Like I've noticed like some of the larger, and this is like some of my members as well. Like you go into like a larger book selling or book reselling group, and some people talk down to you like condescending, like how come you don't know this? It's a safe place, man. Just ask the question. We'll give you the answer. That's it. If we don't know the answer, we'll point you in the right direction. Because I don't fuck with people that aren't going to give you the right answer or that are going to talk down to you like shit. I just don't fuck with people like that. So if you're going to be cool, hey, we can fuck with each other. But like if you're going to be condescending and treat people like shit, I don't want any part of that. I try to like surround myself with the best people. So
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. So yeah, definitely. If you're thinking about selling books on Amazon, or if you already are, and you want to be a part of an awesome group and help others while you're there and get some help whenever you need it, definitely check out the Hive Mind Facebook. It's just awesome just because he's awesome. That's what I gotta say about it. Just because he's awesome, it's awesome.
yeah, it's
And I want
because
to
everybody that's in there is awesome. I play a little tiny role, but everybody that's in there, like I guess, like you attract good people if you're a good person. So I try to do the right thing. Doing the right thing is always the right thing.
That's facts, bro. That's facts. And I want to give a shout out to this guy here, El Cubanaso. Gave me a $5 super chat. Said, check out the Money Badger. The hustle is real. Thank you, El Cubanaso.
Yeah, seriously.
Welcome.
Thanks, El
for that
Cubanaso.
super chat. All super chats are welcome. if you want to send a super chat, really appreciate it. It goes towards the channel and things like this StreamYard, which I just paid for out of my pocket. And I promise you, I've been monetized on YouTube for months now, and I still have not received a penny. So, not even from the super chats. With your super chats that you sent me combined, YouTube still has not found a reason to send me a check. Like, we're gonna hold on to this for you until you get to somewhere, and then maybe we'll send you some money. So, yeah, definitely show some love, guys. We really appreciate it. I want to say what's up to Strikehold.
There's a
What's
light.
up?
You forgot to do the lights.
Huh?
You forgot to do the lights behind you.
Oh, the lights. Wait, yeah, that's right. Hold on. Is it too late now? Super time! Oh man, I got these lights for no reason. I got them because I just wanted to. But definitely, man, definitely, dude. I'm just happy that we finally got to hang out. You were definitely welcome here anytime. You want to come hang out, talk some Amazon, talk books.
That's awesome,
Talk,
man. I appreciate it.
yeah, talk whatever you. Hey, look, it's my nephew, Hero Ninja 999. Now I'm gonna tell you guys something. If you subscribe to Hero Ninja 999, that's awesome. But I apologize in advance if you do. It is some crazy content, super crazy content. Um, I love my nephew, man. What's up, Anthony? Hero Ninja 999. Go subscribe to him. I appear in videos as well there. So go check it out. It's awesome. You'll get used to it, and you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. I love that kid, man. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. So oh, what's up, Yvette? Would you advocate doing FBM? All right, let's put this question here. Yvette Anderson asks, would you advocate doing FBM first to learn the Amazon ropes in books, or start right in with FBA?
So that depends on how heavy you want to go into it. So, like, I'll agree with Reezy Resales on this one. Like, if you're gonna tentatively like tiptoe into the water, like do FBM first, because you don't want to like put too much pressure on yourself and pay a $40 fee for your Amazon account, unless you got two criteria. One, you're going to sell more than 40 books a month, because it'll save you that dollar that they're going to charge you doing it for Fill by Merchant. Or two, if you know you can find books that are generate more than $40 profit per month. That's how I looked at it. Like, I know I'm going to generate more than $40 profit per month, so it's not a big deal. And $40, to get skin in the game, that makes sense to me. But if you're going to tiptoe in and you're going to go casually, maybe once or twice a week, and you're not going to buy a ton of books because maybe capital's light, you don't have a lot of spending cash, then go Fulfill by Merchant, and just make sure that you ship those books out on time in a timely fashion. Make sure that they don't get damaged. Make sure you take care of your customer. Make sure you're attentive, because you don't want to get those bad reviews. But if you want to go gung-ho, then what you need to do is just go Fulfill by Merchant or Fulfill by Amazon and dump as many books as you can into that black hole and just go from there.
Now, about Fulfilled by Amazon, I've been able to prove it, but I haven't been able to prove it every time. But does Amazon prioritize whether you're FBA or whether you're FBM? So in other words, if there's Fulfilled by Merchant sellers and there's Fulfilled by Amazon sellers, there's two for each. The ones that are fulfilled by Amazon are basically like, we're going to take care of you first because we want your inventory out of our warehouse.
Yeah, so I got my sister and my brother-in-law selling books, and he brought to my attention, my brother-in-law did, that Fulfilled by Merchant, you're still eligible for the buy box. But I'm not sure that that's 100% accurate, because when I started selling, you had to pay the $40 a month to be fulfilled by Amazon to get the buy box. That was like one of those benefits of doing Fulfilled by Amazon.
Yeah.
That Prime bump is like, it's worth at least $10, because there's books that I'll see that are Fulfilled by Merchant that are like $5-6 a piece, but then the first eligible Prime offer is like $15 or $20. So it definitely makes sense to do Fulfilled by Amazon as soon as possible, because you're offering those customers free Prime offers. So and as Amazon works on that last mile that they're always worried about, they're going to go from 2-day shipping Prime to same-day shipping Prime to 1 hour Prime. to who knows what next. So the faster you can build your foothold
Blink.
on Amazon, the better off you're going to be. So
You're gonna get that Blink Prime.
you hit submit, ding dong.
Order in the next half a second, and you will receive your order within time.
Yeah, you're going to be in the bathroom. They're going to be tapping on the door. But hey, when you're done wiping your packages out here.
No, man, I saw videos where Amazon's like coming in the front door and like dropping the package inside the apartment. Like there's some pretty crazy stuff going on with Amazon.
Now, for those of you that don't know what the buy box is, the buy box is real simple, and it's really complicated at the same time. But on the simple way, the buy box is basically when you search for something on Amazon as a buyer, it's basically where it says buy it now. That's the buy box. So for as a seller, you want to win the buy box, and the best way to win the buy box is to have a repricer. But at the same time, when you're fresh and you don't really necessarily need a repricer because you only got like 20 things in there, you can kind of play with it yourself. But a repricer usually is gonna fight for that buy box. So do you have a repricer?
Yeah, I have two repricers. So I
Yeah.
use Reprice It. That's my automatic repricer. I have that every hour on the hour, but like several minutes past. I'm not going to say when, but like after I feel that the competition has already repriced, every hour it goes in there and reprices again, just a penny or two below them. I also have a bottom level. I did a video on YouTube about how I do my repricer, but the second repricer I use is New Price. It just came out. All that does is make it easier for me to manually reprice my book, so I can click on the top FBA offers, and then I can select the price that I need to use, rather than going into it, clicking on the ASIN, finding the offers, going through the offers, and clicking the price I want, and then going back a couple of pages and typing it in manually for each individual book. As you get to higher levels of inventory, New Price really makes it easier to do that. I've got an affiliate link. I do get a couple of bucks kickback if you decide to use the link. A couple of problems with the link lately, so you may be able to get it, but I may not get credit. But check it out because it's like $10 a month. It's not bad.
Yeah, and let me guess, you heard about repricer from Reedy, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I heard about Reprice It, but I also went through all these other repricers, and they use a tier pricing. So as I have different levels of inventory, it increases in price. So if you're starting out with 500 books or less, or 1,000 books or less, it's like $10 a month or $12 a month. Up to the 1,500 to 2,500 book tier, so it's like $25 a month. But it's tiered pricing. The lowest other competing offer that I can find for a repricer is closer to 40 or 50.
Yeah, but it's worth the investment, man. And at the end of the day, you're going to invest in your business if you want it to grow, and you have to.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that it's best to invest in. But when you're brand new and just learning it, I would say you want to jump right in and do as much as you can. But you're going to learn as you do it. So try to learn things pretty, how do you say, smoother. Don't just throw all this stuff on you. Get a repricer and let me get Spotify and let me get this and let me get that. Let me get Scott IQ. Let me get, and then completely never learn none of it. You know what I'm saying? So start off maybe a little slow in the beginning, and once you have a little bit of, okay, I understand how to ship, I understand how to do this, the basics, then go and invest in your business, because it's going to come back tenfold if you put in the work. So.
Well, one last thing, with regards to that is I've done a couple of things. One, I started a partner program. So if you don't want to jump right in and you don't want to have a bunch of capital, you don't want to worry about the overhead, you could partner with me. I'll set up a Scout IQ for you on my team using my triggers. So I cover that overhead. You go out, basically buy the books and scout the books using my triggers. You send the books to me, so you have to pay for that. But then I handle all the inventory management. I ship them to Amazon. I process and prep and label. And then we just split the net profits 50-50. So, if you want to learn the business, that's one of the easier ways of doing it, because you'll be able to really see the information that you're purchasing on. You'll be in my Facebook group where you can kind of get that insider knowledge of what sales rank you need, what the E-score means. You'll have access to me via DM. If you want to go one step further, You can join my Patreon. This is where I kind of get shameless and like plug myself. I've got a couple of members already, but I'm like hesitant to do it. I think it's 25 a month for the first tier. I'm only got 15 spots open. And then you'll have my phone number, so you can text me, you can call me, we can face chat, we can FaceTime. I'll be there basically as much as you need as a friend to give you the insides and outsides of like what I think I would do, and that'll teach you kinds of the ins and outs that way. So
I love it, man. I love it. So you guys heard that. If you're interested in and all that right there, go check them out. Actually, I saw that video where you mentioned that you do the whole book thing. So that's awesome. That's a good service, bro. And especially when you got a book that you're not that like as another seller, if you guys don't have if you have a book that you're restricted on for whatever reason, and he's not restricted in it, he'll go ahead and handle that. And if not, I believe it is that you send it over to Reezy and them.
I partnered with Reezy, so I'll send all the restricted inventory to Reezy. He's been doing it for like 17 years. He's probably the most reputable name in the business, and I don't take a cut of that. So I package and label and prep all that. That comes out of my end, and then I send it to the most reputable name in the business, in my opinion, who not only communicates when they receive it, but they've also taken pictures of damage that Amazon has sent inventory to them, or if it's damage in shipping, they take a picture of that to communicate every single step of the way. There's other resellers that do it like a consignment or like a partner type program for restricted inventory, and I just found the communication level was just not as good. So I sent all the information or all the books to Reezy.biz, and we partnered there. So he gets the extra inventory. I get to say, hey, I get to partner with Reezy, and I get the fruits of the labor from the other books. So if it's a restricted inventory book, I have no problem sending it to Reezy. It's just attachment by association. So,
Yo, you need to holler at Reezy for me and tell him I've been messaging him forever, and he needs to get back at me so we can get him on the show, man.
He is such a hard cat to get a hold of. I've been forwarded to his admin like so many times, but I mean, like if you just like keep trying, man, you'll eventually get a hold of him, catch his attention. I promise, he's there.
Yeah, I just want to pay homage, man. That's why when we have like bigger YouTubers or resellers or Instagrammers or whatever, it's because we're just trying to pay homage to these people, man. Because in one way or the other, they inspired us or showed us the way. But Strike Hold is saying good night. He says, "Okay, guys, I have to hit the books. No pun intended. Chemistry time. Peace." He's studying on chemistry right now, like Walter White. He said he'll let this run in the background. That's what's up, man. I live in a small town. Yvette Anderson says I live in a small town in the Midwest. Oh wait, I had missed another one, but I'll finish reading that one. I live in a small town in the Midwest, pretty rural. My concern is not getting enough books to make it worthwhile. You can tell I need to read more books, right? Not getting enough books to make it worthwhile. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to get books. I know of resellers that actually buy books from Amazon and send them back into Amazon because people are pricing their books so low that they're able to buy them all out and flip them right back into Amazon. And as long as you don't use your Prime account to do that, it's okay to do that.
Yeah, not only that, but you can also check out eBay. You could buy them on eBay, sell them on Amazon, buy them on Nextdoor, sell them on Amazon, buy them on Facebook, sell them on Amazon, buy them on Amazon, sell them on Amazon, buy them on Amazon, sell them on eBay. Check out eFlip, eflip.com. I think they got like a 2-week trial, a 3-week trial. I'm not affiliated. Check them out. It's a software that'll show you like the lowest priced books that you're looking for. It'll give you the ability to kind of snipe those auctions or snipe those prices. You might find a book that's like $5-6 that should be $50 or $100. You never know, but check them out. You never know.
I gotta show this comment. That's Mike right there. He says, "Bad Boys selling books. Yo, look. You see the Mary had a little a lamb. You picked that mother up. Yeah, that's true. That was one of the first books I sold on Amazon, bro. I went to a Ollie's and I found a whole bunch of brand, and I sent them in brand new. Yeah, I didn't know I was brand new, so I sent them in brand new, not knowing that Ollie's has like generic receipts and stuff.
Yeah.
but they're all sold. I never had an issue with them. And
Yeah, the only thing with ollies that I worry about is that discard mark at the bottom. And usually there's like a black marker on the pages, and that's like kind of like denoting that it's a discard. So be careful sending them as new. I would send them as like new.
yeah,
But if you've got one that doesn't have one of those discards, hey man, brand new is brand new.
do it
And
all day.
Resi always says that like a receipt from a retail store will verify that the condition is right, but it won't verify authenticity. So
There you go. Now I got this fun. This is a fun question because I'm interested to know too, man. So what's good with TikTok? I haven't figured it out yet. I know I need to make more videos, but haven't had anything really hit. Didn't you like get like a video that went crazy on TikTok or something?
yeah,
What-
yeah. So my best performing video is almost 360,000 views. I'm only at like 18,000, maybe 18.5 for followers. There's plenty of people out there with like 14 million, hundreds of thousand followers. So I'm really, really small fish. But just keep putting stuff out, man. Your first like 10 videos really make a difference as far as like what kind of views you're going to get. But I've been trying to kind of experiment with like what kind of stuff I put out. And I find that like the videos that have maybe text in the thumbnail or like a really good attention grabber or really like causes a lot of engagement perform really well. Like I've got a video where I'm just joking around, like arguing with my wife about whether or not girls wear bras or not, and it's still going. Like, and it's got equal likes and equal comments, and it's like 4,000 or 3,000 of each. So find something that's really going to be eye catching or ear catching and really entertaining, and you'll get a couple thousand views. But keep going. If you get 50 to 60 views per video or 5 views, it gets better, man. It just takes one. It takes one. That one video decided to put me from like 3,000 followers to like 12,000 followers, and I've just been going up from there. So just take the one video.
There you go. Nice, man. Congratulations, bro. That's awesome, man. And I think we're gonna say our last words here. You guys want to say anything, Oscar, Jordan?
I think that one of the most important things, and I know I say this a lot because this is like truly how I feel. If you're gonna do something, do it to your fullest ability, and make sure that you love what you're doing and that you have fun doing it. That's all I want to say. Of course, aside, thank you for being on with us, Money Badger, and everybody in the chat as well.
Yo, Jordan, what's up, man?
Yeah, man, I just want to thank you for coming on and sharing your knowledge, and kind of to go off of Oscar here is, man, if you haven't learned a little bit of information and take a little nugget away from anything the Money Badgers told you tonight, and along with any of our other guests that we've had on, and mix that all up, and you can't make any money, then I don't know, maybe find something else to do. But yeah, like we were talking about that tonight, is like all these amazing guests that we've had on, and we've taken bits and pieces from everyone and meshed it all together and put all those processes and the way all you guys do stuff into our own businesses, and it's been pretty fruitful for us this year. So
That's what's up. Yo, Money Badger, you got anything you want to tell the people?
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for everybody who showed up. Thanks for helping me on, guys. I really appreciate the audience, the exposure, the patience you guys had to have me on here. I know that I kind of ramble sometimes, so I really appreciate just letting me have the opportunity. I'd look forward to the next time I get to come on. If you guys haven't had a chance, check out my YouTube, check out my Instagram, check out my TikTok. If you want, check out my Patreon. I'm not going to shamelessly say you have to, but guess what? If you want to send me money, I'll take it. I don't give a fuck. But I will say this, that if you do join my Patreon or any of my other social media, I make it a point to, at the end of the day, have every single comment commented on or responded to. So you will get a response. As that following grows, it may take a little longer, but I'm more than happy to help you out any way I can. If you want to join my Patreon and give me money, that's great. If not, you want to hit me up on Instagram and send me a DM. I'll still give you the same kind of attention, and I'll do what I can, man, because we got to stick together. These billionaires, they don't give a shit about you. So I give a fuck. So let me help you out. And these guys here, with the exposure they're doing great things. They got people on here that are sharing the knowledge. So there's a million ways to skin the cat. Just pick one and stick to it. Go deep on it, learn it, love it. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man.
Well,
And we appreciate having you on, brother. And for everybody that was in the chat, participated, asked questions, gave this a thumbs up. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for always showing us love. And yeah, next week we're gonna be on Jordan's channel, and we got RNZY is gonna be here, and we're gonna be doing a giveaway, hopefully. So definitely come to it. We're definitely talking about it. We're gonna do it. We just gotta figure out all the little things, but it's gonna be fun, and it's definitely a giveaway worth being on. And we're trying to get Jordan past that 5,000 subscriber mark. So share, show some love, leave a comment after this, and tell us what you learned from this show and what you took from it. And we really appreciate y'all for being here. Like always, Alex, Fatman the Flipper, Oscar, and Cubanaso, a.k.a. the Thrift and Thruster, a.k.a. the Lithuanian Lister, a.k.a. the Arbitrage Assassin. We got Jordan, a.k.a. the reseller formerly known as DG Picker, a.k.a. My Flippin' Life, a.k.a. hashtag Sneaker Pimp. And we got William, the Money Badger, saying peace, money, love. Not only is he fat, he flips. But wait, I had to hit.